world's top leaders have all just signed a new declaration which will forever change the way we go about our day-to-day lives. We go live to the big government building for more.
We feel that this declaration is of vital importance to the people of the world, and we hope this will be a turning point for humanity. We are glad to announce that it is now our declaration that if you do not own a Nitro Concepts S300 gaming chair, you are a stinky poo-poo person. With its superior comfort, breathable fabric, and a wide range of colours, it's simply inexcusable to not have one, and anyone found to not own one will be forced to wear a hat in the shape of a poo emoji. Thank you.
Wow, incredible scenes there. Our reporter is on the field getting reactions from the general public. Sir, what are your thoughts on the new legislature? Well, I think it's a brilliant thing and bloody long overdue. Why do you think that? All I'm saying is that when you sit down in one of these babies with their incredible ergonomics, stylish design, and rock-solid construction, I just don't see how you could ever choose any other chair. And it looks like you bring your chair out with you everywhere you go. Aye, it never leaves me sight. I just make sure all my destinations are at the bottom of a hill so I can roll on down in style and luxury. I've even customised my chair with some speakers. Have a listen to this. Stoke-on-Trent, oh yeah, to Stoke-on-Trent. Thank you very much. Back over to you at the studio. Once again, an absolutely massive thank you to Overclockers UK for supporting the show. And if you'd like to learn more about their wonderful selection of chairs, you can head over to overclockers.co.uk/Podiots to learn more. That's overclockers.co.uk/Podiots. And now on with the show.
What was that, Mikey? What was that? What were you just doing there?
You know what? I genuinely can't remember.
Really?
What is my memory? I'm like a fishy sieve.
It's astonishing that you can't remember the noises you just made.
Sorry, a fishy sieve?
A fishy sieve, like a really, really, really fishy sieve. I don't know if it's a civvy fish or a fishy sieve.
Oh. Okay.
I'm trying to picture that. I'm not sure.
Like the brain of a fish? Is that what you mean in terms of memory?
I understand. You mean because of goldfish and also your memory like a sieve. I didn't make the connection with the fish thing. Yeah.
Oh, so that's one of it made sense in my head and I said it and then it stuns the room for about 15 seconds. That happens a lot. I think it's the intro jitters. I was thinking about this before, but the start of the podcast is terrifying because after this bit, the structure you got the intro song. Ben does all these professional reedy bits. We get some questions and a question, a thing. But the intro, anything goes, and you get fishy sieve as a result.
I mean, I'm okay with. How do you feel about fishy sieve, Peter? I'm all right with it.
Yeah, I think so. To me, it sounds like you've sort of, like when you drain off your pasta or your rice through a sieve or a colander, it just sounds like you've been boiling some fish and then you've poured the fishy fish water through the sieve and you're left with a fishy sieve.
It's a little bit goopy and weird and horrible. That's what Podiots is. It's the fishy, sievy goop water after you drain your fish.
Great.
Lovely.
We happy with that one, everyone?
That's
good. We're going to go with that one? Yeah.
Take it to the wank.
Getting a thumbs up from the wank at the back there.
Cheers. Thanks, wank.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podiots, the official
Boom.
Vidiots
Boom.
podcast. It's a conversational podcast where we take some questions from you at home and obey the law of the three U's, where everybody brings
a thing along
to
talk about. I'm Ben.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Michael. Hello.
How we doing, boys? Oh, you got an additional hello in there. That's fun. This guy can't be fucking stopped today. Look at him. He's mad.
Oh, madness.
Cheeky little bastard.
Oh, you can't stop me.
So what's going on? How we doing? You all right?
Yeah.
All right, love. Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, I'm all right. You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Oh, God, the fucking list of weird references we have at this point. We do need to have a document where we just chuck every little YouTube video we've ever referenced. It would be never ending, just so some people can have a sense of reality of what's real when they're listening to this. It's not just...
we'll never gain any new followers at this point. People will just be so alienated.
The required reading is mammoth.
We have so many aspirations for Podiots and where we want to take it, but I think you're right. It's literally impenetrable to new listeners.
We've got our audience, and that, you know what? I'm happy we've even got an audience.
Yeah.
Yeah, please don't go. Please don't go.
Maybe one day we'll get a podcast award. Maybe one day. I don't know, when you're up against titans of the industry, and then you've got fucking garlic and chips over here. I mean, no, I'm not going to put us down like that. Garlic and chips deserves an award.
Yeah, come on. Garlic and chips does deserve an award and an extra
50s
with garlic. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
As we all know. Well, as we all know, but nobody else, because they aren't going to come and listen.
Well, I don't know. I'll try and find a fishy civvy fetish forum.
Fuck, no. That's got to be one of the worst forums.
Yeah, it's even
on
worse
the internet.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that. But it worked for the fart video, so maybe it'll do something.
It's true.
Yeah.
It might.
It fucking did.
It fucking did, and it fucking might again.
Oh.
Hey, well, speaking of people who are an established listener and aren't going to go anywhere ever again, are they?
Please don't.
Are they? Yeah. You can join the esteemed ranks of Pod Squad by going to streamlabs.com/Podiots donations and donating £3 or more. You get a shout out at the start and the end of the show. It financially supports us and allows us to keep doing this in our spare time, and we very, very much appreciate it. We, of course, now turn to Mikey for the first, I don't know, what's a subsection of a squad, Peter? A chunk? Is that it?
I didn't know you were going to finish with "of a squad," but I thought you just wanted an English word from the dictionary meaning small piece. But a subsection of a squad,
Squadlet?
a squadlet,
Ooh,
squaddling.
Squadlet's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Mikey's got the first squadlet.
Get ready for your squadlet. We've got Thingamajiggly. Give me a second with this one. I rehearsed this one for a minute before, but it's lost me. Willem de Fiddles Whiddle Diddle. Nice. It nailed it. Help, the sporks are in my eyes. Wait, I need to give that more energy. Help, the sporks are in my eyes!
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Just Monica. Fully baked cream pie. Tommy the Wank Engine. Chav Ramirez. It is I, J. Demure. Lean, mean, green teen Sean Bean. Carry the worst. Darius Canning, who's been very generous, thank you. And he says, hello, you lovely lads. Just a quick follow-up from episode 72. Baby number 2 is here. Oh, my God.
Oh,
wow.
my goodness.
Episode 72.
Oh, my God. He's from the future. Holy shit.
He's a time traveller.
Darius, how does everything go? Let us know. Give us some lottery numbers. Jesus.
Yeah.
Keep up the great work. All the best from Darius, Sophie, still married, Sam, and baby Ellie. Oh, that's wonderful.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Oh, I'm glad to hear. It doesn't stop there. We got happy birthday, Alec. Maybe it is someone's birthday. Happy birthday. And if it's
Happy
not...
birthday, Ellie.
Alec.
Well,
Alec.
Ellie, though. Ellie's the baby.
Oh, yeah,
But
shit.
is it her birthday in this podcast?
It's 2021 that birthday is going to come up. So
Yeah.
I'll put that in the calendar.
Okay.
Like a glovety glib glop glibbin. Like a clit sucker. Thanks
nice.
for that.
There it
Katie
is.
Kins solo. Very generous donation, thank you. Kevin from Con. And known racist Mel Gibbon. Again, a very generous racist Mel Gibbon. It's worth it just to hear you guys have to praise a generous donation from me. Also, ooh, ting, tang, walla walla pod squad. Very good. And lastly, we got a little Alan Claw.
Ah, lovely. The squadlet continues, and this contains one of the worst swear words ever made. So just
Oh,
caution.
it does.
Put your fingers in
no.
Ellie's ears. Lord Brotovich, thank you. I guess I'm Demons, who was very generous and says, "Hey boys, if you could give my wife a shout out for
Oh my God.
Whoa, Peter, wow.
for services to whore. If you give me a shout out for her soon to come birthday, I'd appreciate it. She goes by Montana when she's online. Keep up the podcast, my dudes." Well, happy almost birthday, Montana.
Yes.
The Cunt Basher 3000.
Yeah.
I hate Freddie Weber's face. Stephen Scodes. I sent Mikey Triglyceride. Flobberdobber Whammer Deluxe Man, who was very generous and says, praise be to the Might Meat Face and his prophet Jeff. Emily Lemons. Bring back
that's the naughty word. Lemons. Oh, Peter.
Oh, that was it. That was the swear
shit.
word there.
Jesus, disgusting.
Emily Lemons, bring back memory cards. Prince Beefcakes, a very generous Uncle Chucklefucker who gave, who said, thanks for all the quality chuckles over the years and all of the platforms. Rad dudes. Don't really know what that means. Post-traumatic stress diarrhea.
Beautiful. I'm assuming Uncle Chuckle is talking about Triple Jump.
Oh, I see. Over the different platforms, channels and things. Vidiots official cunt sucker.
Oh, no, another one.
I didn't see there were two.
And no, I didn't either. And finally, the very generous main man, maimed main man, who says, guys, I almost died listening to the last episode because when Peter said the £15 adult toy, my mind temporarily forgot about British currency and immediately thought of an imperial weight, causing me to picture a 7-kilogram sex toy. Thanks.
Oh,
You're getting your money's worth there.
Yeah.
Mikey dommed by a bed bug. Simon Miller. Give us a sub-scream. Obscure anecdotobix. Knee-deep in satisfiers. Fingers MC. Carl Lanza, who was very generous. Am I doing this right? Bump is name deducted. Samuel Soon, emigrating barber with just an outrageously big donation.
Yeah.
Missed the last few, so here you go, you mad lads. All things working out as planned. I will be in Dublin for the foreseeable future. Wish me luck. Best of luck, Samuel.
Best of luck,
and
Samuel.
Thank you so much.
Congrats for getting out of England.
God, jealous. I drink to spaghetti. I can't think of a funny name. Berto, Queefches Lorraine, and Waluigi on a crucifix. Thank you so much, everyone. That is your pod squad for this week. Just a reminder, streamlabs.com/Podiots. Donations, £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you guys ready for a question?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Richard Major, otherwise known as Major Dick,
Big Dick.
at rmajor86 on Twitter. Cinemas are opening, but there's no new films, so they're just showing older films. What old, and then in parentheses, film would you love to see again on the big screen? Ignoring the chance of getting the vid, he says.
Okay. How far back are we? Can we just say any film that's been out?
I think any film that's
Any
now
film.
on sort of you can watch at home.
Okay.
I think that counts.
You know, I honestly wouldn't mind, as sort of underwhelming as it was ultimately. I wouldn't mind seeing Avatar in on a big screen, maybe even at like a nice IMAX or something, because I watched that on, I think it was on Blu-ray, admittedly, rather than DVD, but I watched it on home media. Actually, my physics teacher lent it to me in sixth form. Because we were like quite a small class, and we were all almost like quite pally with each other just as a group. And he was this young guy, and he was like, oh, if you've not watched it, I'll bring it in, you can borrow it. So he lent me Avatar, and I watched it at home, and I thought, yeah, I mean, this is fine. It's not like an offensive film. It's not terrible, but I could see that like the on the letterboxing like black bars top and bottom for the widescreen, I could see that fish were sometimes in front of those black bars, like jumping over them and stuff. So they do stuff with the letterboxing and things like that. And I think in crappy 3D in an IMAX on a big screen, it might actually be quite it would certainly be a better experience than what I got out of it. I think, you know, it's not my favorite film in the world, you know, maybe I should have just picked my favorite film because that would be nice to see on a big screen, but yeah, I think it would at least be an experience. So
Yeah, that's you want to go for an experience. Do you remember the time around Avatar, the Avatar period in human history where like post-Avatar depression was a thing?
Yes.
Was
yeah.
it?
There's people who were came out of the film genuinely changed, and like when they weren't in that world, they missed it and they wanted to be back.
It was a recognised
insane.
like psychological. I mean, it didn't make it into like diagnostic manuals because it takes years for stuff to get into those. But it was like this recognised phenomenon that like psychologists were discussing with each other academically and saying this is a thing. It's like post-Avatar depression.
Man, that's insane. I did see it in the cinema, but I don't remember much about it because me and my friends took really stinky chicken from the chicken shop across the road and probably ruined it for everyone else in there.
No.
It was one of my few naughty teenage moments.
You took
where you just
cooked chicken into a cinema?
Yes, where if you were an adult in that cinema, you'd be like, oh, for fuck's sake, how selfish and rude. And I did that. So I was just happily eating very smelly chicken for most of the film and not really paying much attention to all the beautiful blue people.
Yeah. And there's like 3 or like 5 films coming out all in very quick succession after a however long.
I'm literally looking at that now. 4 sequels.
Oh my
god. It was meant to be 2021, but it's been pushed. So it's now December of this year, December of 2024, December 2026, and December 2028. Does anyone give a shit?
No, they don't. I don't even want one sequel, you know? But they're doing loads. And we had to wait not that I've been waiting, but like the wait between the first one and the second one has been must be coming.
It's 2009.
It's always more than you think. It must be becoming, I was about to say it must be nearly 10 years, but apparently more than 10 years.
All the actors are going to be so much older now.
4 in such quick succession. Yeah, terrible.
How old is James Cameron?
I was going to say 62.
James Cameron is he is 65. Very good.
Close.
So he was in his 50s when he made this film.
Oh my god.
And Sam Worthington was in his early 30s and now he's pushing 50.
Wow.
By the
He's
time the
an entirely
sequel
different
comes
man.
out, he will nearly be 50. That's insane.
God, can't wait for them all to be going out in wheelchairs when the last one gets delayed by 20 years.
Yeah.
I just feel sorry for them because they must have felt like they just hit the jackpot. And like, yes, this is going to be a franchise that will endure. And they've all had to find a decade's worth of work waiting for the fucking sequel.
To be fair, I think they made enough bank that they didn't necessarily have to
probably
work
did
this
okay,
decade,
didn't they?
but they did anyway.
He auditioned for the role of James Bond, apparently. Sorry, I'm just getting distracted now.
All right, fun. I think I'm gonna go. I feel like part of me saying I should go for like a grand spectacle, but at the same time, I just want something fun. So I'm gonna go with the first Mr. Bean movie.
In the cinema.
You really want that big screen Bean experience, don't you?
You want to see every bubble on Whistler's mother's face.
Man. Oh, that scene actually did kind of terrify me as a kid.
Yeah, me too.
It's weirdly horrific, like this dull grey and blue museum and this very weird British man in a weird suit scrubbing relentlessly and drawing a horrific looking face on a work of art.
And the music is like
I'm not going for the comedy,
horrible.
I'm going to be stressed out.
It's like organ and like violin. It's like this shrill. He turns around and he's like rubbed that paint thinner on her face, and when he turns around, she's just bubbling. And it definitely
the
scared
music
me.
is spooky
In fact,
too.
I think what scared me the most about it was just imagining being in his position and thinking, what have I just done? They're going to execute me for this. They're going to give me the death penalty.
My favourite part of that was when he was wheeling it down the corridor and had it under a sheet.
Yeah.
And he was coming up to the guy in the corridor. He had to turn it 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Or 90 degrees, sorry, I should say.
Pretending he had a cart doing the squeaky wheel noise.
Yeah, he's just walking along going...
I can't believe he is canonically an alien.
Yeah.
That's what's most upsetting about it, is this poor alien has been burdened with like human emotions and guilt.
Oh, he had nothing to worry about with that painting then. Imagine if an alien came to your museum and modified a work of art. Surely that sends the value through the roof.
Definitely.
You would have thought, yeah. But then we'd be watching what was that film with Ant and Dec where they
Alien Autopsy.
Alien Autopsy, but it would be with Mr. Bean.
That's what we want to see in the cinema. Alien Autopsy with Ant and Dec.
Yes, I watched that film and it was really bad.
Yeah.
It's just shit. It's just really shit.
Yeah. What is that? That's the only bit of acting Ant and Dec have really done.
Well, Biker
Oh,
Grove,
they were in
right?
Biker.
of course, yeah. I can't see, man. I mean, that wasn't them, but that's the only line I actually know from that.
They were
show.
No, that was
responsible
him.
for it.
That was Ant.
Oh, it was. No, for some reason I thought Big Jeff said it, but yeah.
No, they're talking to
Deck.
Jeff. They're going, Jeff, I can't see, man.
Yeah, okay, fair.
Acting.
Yeah, the best actors.
Brief stint on the children's television series Why Don't You, which was broadcast on the BBC. Never heard of that.
Nope.
Why don't you?
Both in Biker Grove. That's it. No, there's nothing. Nothing really. 2006 was Alien Autopsy. God, what a fucking wasteland the noughties were for media.
Yeah, it really was. Nothing good came out
Really
of it.
shit, wasn't it? The middle of it was just especially bad. I'd probably, in a similar vein to Mikey, just want to watch one of my favourite films, but a comedy. Just so, because I already know all of it anyway, Hot Rod.
Yeah.
I already know how it all goes, but I'd love to sit in the cinema with a load of like-minded people and watch it and just enjoy laughing at the various ridiculous moments in that film. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
It's lovely audio-visual junk food.
Yeah, it's nice.
I really enjoyed Fury Road in the cinema. I'd like to do that again.
Oh, yeah, I'd like to
that
see
was
that in
fun.
the cinema. I haven't
was
seen
great.
it still.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to see what is on at the Bristol Showcase Cinema. What
Is it open?
It is, or at least it's starting to open.
Shit.
Let's have a look. We've got Unhinged. No idea. Oh, Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, okay.
Black
Mr.
Panther.
Bean, the ultimate disaster movie.
It's literally just the same films that came out at the beginning of the year and a mix of old ones. Black
Oh,
Panther,
good.
Joker. I don't know what that is.
That's
Lord of
worth
the Rings.
the risk, isn't it?
God, all the rings.
All the rings.
God. I'm for this. I'm all for cinemas showing old films, and I think this is a positive change. Oh, Jurassic Park. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Jurassic
nice.
Park.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
No!
Yeah!
I still need to see that, and I need to see it on the big screen.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Now's my chance. Okay, we've got another question here from Darby Edwards at Lady Hellion on Twitter. You run YouTube. You can delete 3 videos from it forever, and by doing so, you delete all memory of the video's existence. Which 3 do you delete, and are any of them your content?
Oh.
Goodness.
Oh
me.
my God, that's a big question. There's at least like 100 videos to choose from there.
Yeah.
I'm just so part of me's tempted just to rewrite internet history and get rid of Rickroll to see
okay.
what would happen to fill that void, because that, like, Rickroll at its prime, it went on for years. Like, that was a hot, spicy, fresh meme for quite a while. Mm-hmm. Would the time spent being Rickrolled been put into something else? Could we have found a cure for horrible diseases? Instead, we were Rickrolling ourselves into oblivion.
Well, what else has Rick Astley done?
Nothing.
Would he have not been as successful?
I mean, yeah, he probably wouldn't. He wouldn't be.
He
the
wouldn't be. Never
man
Going to
we all
Give You
know
Up
now.
was his first solo offering.
Yeah,
So
but I think
that would have been
he'd
it.
already been successful. Like, that was a retroactive thing, wasn't it? Like, Never Gonna Give You Up is from surely like before the turn of the millennium, right?
Yes, but it did spend 5 weeks at the top of the British charts at the time. According
Yeah,
to
that's true. It
Wikipedia.
did
So
give him a second.
if he
second
didn't
wind.
have that first big outing as a solo artist, would we be Whenever You Need Somebody-ing each other, which was his next song?
Nobody would be strangers to love. It would be amazing. The world would be a
Yeah.
better place.
Okay, so that's Mikey's pick. Do you have one, Peter, that you would banish forever?
I can think of entire channels I'd quite like to just banish forever.
Oh,
from
yeah.
YouTube, but
Go on. Who are you
yeah.
going to bump off?
just certain like arsehole vloggers and
Blue
stuff.
Zephos.
Yeah. Blue Zephos, yeah. I wonder maybe what we could do. So, Mikey's sort of saved the world by getting those cancer researchers not distracted by Rick Astley. What we could also do is personally profit from deleting a very successful but easily recreatable video and making it ourselves instead. It's like that film Yesterday, which I've also not seen, where the
Watched it
guy
on a
sings all
plane,
the
it
Beatles
was
songs.
okay.
So I don't think we could do Gangnam Style because that is just its own thing.
We
we
don't
could
have
just
K-pop money.
yeah, exactly. But there must be something that has done exceptionally well that we could just
There's that video of a bit of toast falling over that's about 3 seconds long, and that must have millions of views. Toast falling over. How many views do you have?
What if
2.4 million?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sorry, it's a waffle, and it's 6.2 million views.
What would the internet be like if Charlie never bit his finger? Or,
yeah. That's a big question.
Taylor Swift never shook it off, you know?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I don't know.
What Charlie's up to? Still biting fingers?
Probably just biting fingers, yeah. I think he fights for the UFC now.
That must be quite formative as a kid, to bite someone's finger and be propelled into internet fame for it. Like,
you're the finger biting guy. No, I was the finger biting child. Please.
Oh, dear.
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know specifically what, but I would probably just pick... I'd have to sort of go through the top, 10 to 50 YouTube videos and find one that we could just recapture very easily. Some of them are lightning in a bottle and you couldn't just redo them, but yeah, that's what I'd do. I'd just cheat the system and try and profit from it.
I do like that with this, idea. There's the potential here to make a shit ton of money, but we're not going to put any effort into it. We're going to find the easy one to do.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Let's be realistic.
Naturally. I would take down the last episode of Memory Cards.
Oh.
Why? That's a really good one. I watched that semi-recently. It's actually quite funny.
What are you saying about the other ones, Peter?
I mean, that's even funnier than the rest.
Thanks. There it is. Yeah. I would take down the last one so we could forever be asked, hey, when's the next episode of Memory Cards?
Oh, we'd be inundated, wouldn't we?
When's it come? I fucking love Memory Cards. When are you doing the next one? It's been 75 weeks. When is the next one?
We could do a special Memory Cards for on this day in 2018. Memory Cards was cancelled.
I think we should definitely do that. When was the last episode of Memory Cards?
Oh God, I'm making a note of that because that is fucking brilliant.
Vidiots.
What would it be called? Would it be memory cards or
remembering memory cards?
Yeah, memory cards. I don't know.
God, we did too many episodes of that, didn't we? Oh, there's the music.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
Right, we did 19 of them. That's 19 weeks of these fucking things. Hang on, what order are these in? Right, there we go. Okay, June the 25th. So we have passed the anniversary of memory cards now, unfortunately.
Oh, well, that sucks.
Next year, then.
Next year. That's going in the calendar.
Hashtag
wonder where I'll be when
cards.
I get that notification.
I'm watching this. Shame it's going, but I'm looking forward to seeing whatever you guys come up with next. Hashtag RIP memory cards. Thank you, Stephanie, for that comment 2 years ago.
Stephanie.
What we came up next was redundancy.
I preferred this to Skyrim Zoo, but different strokes for different folks. RIP.
Wow.
I preferred this to Skyrim Zoo. Who the fuck is that?
That's Ben Croft there.
Wow, Ben.
Ben.
Get some standards.
Jesus Christ, Ben. I will miss memory cards.
Oh, we do every day.
These comments are good. I like the short nature of this series. Honestly, I'm put off where there are 30-minute videos where I watched this every week. Thank you, Philip. Well worded. I understand completely.
I like it when I get to spend as little time as possible watching the content you produce.
Yeah, I like you and what you do. I just don't like it enough to watch more of it.
Yeah, I prefer it when you do videos that are too short to monetize with a mid-roll advert. That's what I prefer the most.
Yeah. Anyway, it's about me, the protagonist, the main character. Does anybody have a thing?
I've got a thing.
Go on.
Sure, go for it, Mikey.
I thought I'd hark back to earlier Podiots when I was in the throes of serial killer fact fun times.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, we're not talking murder numbers.
I saw that tweet.
Yeah, that did jog me a bit. I was like, maybe I could do a fun twist on, murderous, horrible monsters. And I think I've got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So I think people tend to focus too much on the grisly, horrible details when it comes to these people. In reality, the time they spent doing the murders makes just a tiny fraction of their time spent on
Michael,
Earth.
Are you about to glorify serial
killers? Are you going to
killers?
humanize monsters?
Of course, I'm just saying serial killers are people too.
Jeffrey Dahmer was great at cross-stitching.
I'm just saying we need to remember that these these people had lives outside of their horrific, unspeakable crimes.
Can I
But there you
frame
go,
this
I've-
for
I've-
you?
I've said that.
Can I frame it for you slightly differently?
Yeah, please.
It's important to remember the scariest thing about these monster people who were capable of heinous acts is that they were human and they had human hobbies and they did human things. They were just like us. So
You could be a serial killer
you
and not
could be a
even know it.
serial killer too. Anyone
Yeah.
you know could be a serial killer, so stay vigilant. We like to portray these people as monsters, but they were very much human. Anyway, listen to the cool things they like to do.
We prefaced it, the monsters, but it's nice to see what they did outside of killing.
Yeah, of course. I'm excited to learn.
You got, people, I think the most famous extracurricular murder activity was John Wayne Gacy and
Yeah, of course.
his famous clown paintings. And before I did have a quick search, and there's auction sites. There's actually an auction site that's dedicated entirely to murder memorabilia, which is a bit much.
Oh,
But
God.
yeah, you can purchase a sad clown painting painted by an actual horrible monster murderer for a couple of grand. So if you ever feel like definitely haunting your house, have at it.
Insane.
Jeez.
What did some other murder boys get up to in their free time? So I've found 3 murderers and some fun little extra activities.
Oh.
Would you like to hear?
Yeah.
Love to hear.
Right. Have you ever considered that the audiobook you plan to listen to on a nice hot summer day was in fact being read to you by none other than Edward Kemper? Notorious for the murder of 10 people in the 60s and 70s, he was dubbed the co-ed killer. That's the murder facts out of the way. Now the rest of it's fun.
Okay.
He kept... Oh, it wasn't quite done. He kept murdering and killing until he eventually turned himself in 1973, which I think actually makes him the good guy in all this.
Right,
If
he
turn
got
himself in,
tired
that's
of
fine.
murders.
He caught the killer.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Did he claim the bounty?
He was sentenced to spend the rest of his days in a Californian prison, but he was so well behaved that he was put in charge of a prison program that recorded audiobooks.
Wow.
Quite a few inmates had a stab at the job, but none
Oh,
were...
steady.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh. Yeah. But none were quite as dedicated as old Eddie, who is credited with over 5,000 hours of
Whoa.
audio across hundreds of books, including Flowers in the Attic, Dune, and this is a fun one, Star Wars.
Really?
He recorded Star Wars audiobooks, which I had to hunt around, and they're really hard to come by. Apparently, they don't exist online, and this at the minute is just kind of guessed that there's a few cassette tapes lying in basements somewhere. And please, I want to find those. I want to hear this.
Luke looked at Leia and thought, oh, maybe I could turn her skin into a jacket.
If you're not aware, Ed is like an absolute giant of a man. He comes in at 6 feet 9 inches tall.
What a unit!
Absolute unit.
Let's have a look.
He's got this deep, lumbering tone, and I found there's like one snippet online that's easy to find, and he's got an interesting voice. It's quite monotone, relaxed. It's quite sincere. It's like, can't remember what he said, so I just said
That's
noises.
it. Why do they always
And-
have glasses and a moustache? Why do they all look like that?
I said it's just at birth you're assigned the glasses and moustache, and
That's it.
you're obliged to fulfill your destiny, isn't
Oh
it?
no.
But yeah, he's got a good voice for it, I will admit. But I mean, it would be nice if it went for his past. But yeah, instead
At least
I'll just...
he's seemingly rehabilitated to a certain extent. I mean, I'm not saying he should be let out now because he's recorded Star Wars, but he's doing stuff.
Yeah, there's actually the Netflix series Mindhunter focuses quite a lot on I've forgotten his name already, Ed Kemper, because he would help a lot of FBI investigators and stuff to solve murders and kind of create these profiles. So
Oh, wow.
he repented for his sins. He did a lot of good, but he did a lot of bad as well.
Like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. Sadly, he did retire from his voiceover gig in 2015 after suffering a stroke. But he's still kicking around, so maybe there might be a reunion tour in time. On the other side of the murder spectrum, we go from serial killer to mass murderer. Oh, fun!
What's the difference?
Well,
Is mass murder just a lot in one go kind of thing?
What's the difference?
I would like to know.
Serial killers
They have to kill 3 or more
And
people,
mass
serial killers.
Murderers.
I think serial killers, like, there's a mythology to it and a kind of like a theme, if you will. But I think mass murder is just like, fuck it, you're all getting in the bin.
Okay. Mass murderers differ from spree killers who kill at 2 or more locations with almost no time, break between murders and are not defined by the number of victims, and serial killers who may kill people over long periods of time.
Wow, that's
There you
no
go.
break between
Fun.
killings. That's rapid. Just bam,
Yeah.
bam, 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 bam.
Well, I think, that's a very accurate description.
Anyway, in the 1950s, Jim Jones was a young preacher in Indiana, but members of his church refused to let African Americans join their congregation. So he did the right thing. He left to form his own, more inclusive, more loving church. It became known as the People's Temple Agricultural Project, or as everyone knows it today, Jonestown.
Oh, no.
It sounds nice, he's creating a space that's more inclusive and more welcoming until you remember it was a death cult that led to the death of 900 people, but whatever.
Free Kool-Aid on the door.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, it's tasty, tasty Kool-Aid. But starting a new church isn't cheap, and he had to find work to fund it. So he did what any normal person would do, and I think this is my favourite job I've ever heard. I never considered it before this. He took up work as a door-to-door monkey salesman.
In what country?
Not what I expected.
He'd bike around Indianapolis with a cage of spider monkeys.
In the US, he was allowed to sell monkeys.
In the US. Yeah, you just do whatever you want. Strap some monkeys to your back and just knock on people's doors and say, hey, do you want a monkey?
Jesus.
What the hell?
Which is absolutely insane. And I think it does kind of fit. For someone who'd end up killing 900 people, of course he sold monkeys. They could be yours for the low, low price of $29.
Whoa.
That's nothing.
What year was
God.
that?
That was in the 50s, so in today's money, that's about $300.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Still, for a monkey,
Yeah.
$300, bargain.
Where was he getting them? Just out of interest. Where was he finding these monkeys?
I don't know the specifics, but he was shipping them from overseas via plane. So I guess back then it wasn't that regulated. It's just like, yeah, stick some monkeys in the cargo of a plane and sell them in America, whatever. Give us the money. So in turn, some of his customers, his monkey customers, not monkey customers, his monkey buying customers actually started attending Jim's church services. And in true monkey salesman fashion, anyone who brought in the most new recruits to the church was treated with yet another monkey.
No, good.
Because that's what you want. When you've got one monkey, the moment you get that you're thinking, oh, do you know what? I like my new spider monkey, but what I really want is a second monkey.
Well, you're at work from 9 to 5. He needs a friend.
Yeah, he's
Just someone
lonely.
Yeah. Unfortunately, after, and I am not going to go into details here, but after some shipping complications, it's pretty gruesome. The gig became more hassle than it was worth, and he gave it up. But Jim did have his own pet chimpanzee named Mr. Muggs, which is quite cute. And he was the mascot of Jonestown until everything went a bit wonky.
Just a bit, yeah.
Just a little bit wonkums.
Imagine being the mascot of Jonestown. That's just
That's a shit
The
one.
monkey didn't know what he was doing.
no.
And lastly, we've got Randall Woodfield, who is admittedly a lesser-known contestant in the Ring of Shitheads, but he's better known as the I-5 Killer. Personally, I've never heard of him, so
No, I haven't.
whatever. But he had 2 talents that shone above the rest. First was football, and second was showing his penis to strangers.
Oh.
Extracurricular activities.
Lovely! Got a Scouts badge and everything. He played football all through high school, and at one
With
point...
his dick out.
With his dick out, yeah. No one dared go near him, just end his goals. And he played all through high school, and his coach even helped bail him out of jail after he was arrested for exposing himself in front of a group of women because he had to get back on the field.
Wow.
Football comes first. At college, he joined a Christian student group, and he was remembered as polite and quiet when he's not got his dick out. But during this time, he continued to be convicted for waggling his Wilson.
No.
No.
But in 1974, he had a stroke of luck. Oh no, that was an intentional pun. Oh God, no. In 1974, he had a bit of luck.
Yeah.
The NFL draft came around, and Woodfield was actually picked by the Green Bay Packers to be part of their team, which is actually kind of insane. When he joined up with them, he had to sign a contract in which he was held to a high standard of behaviour. Going well already.
Clause 1.2, stop getting your dick out.
It's included the requirement to always wear a jacket and tie in public.
Oh.
But, they never said anything about pants, and unfortunately the arrests continued, and he was cut from the team not long after joining. And
for a minute I thought you were going to say, and then when he became a killer, he would go around and strangle people with his tie.
Oh, God, what? Yeah, that was in the contract, he did that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Getting kicked out the NFL acted as a wake-up call for him, and he put an end to his rude hobby, and instead took up robbery, home invasion, and murder instead.
Brilliant.
Okay.
And as a last tidbit, he somehow had a nude self-portrait of himself published in Playgirl.
What?
How did he do that?
When did he do that?
How? How did he do that?
I don't know. Because it's he put it's self-portrait. He must have took it himself and send it in, and I thought, yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
Stuck it in the pages.
Looks great.
God.
Yeah. So there you go. Next time you for whatever reason looking at serial killers, just remember they had hobbies and pastimes too.
Yeah, they're not all bad. Sometimes they do things like getting their dick out in public.
Or turn themselves in, or sell monkeys, which is really fun and lighthearted.
# not all serial killers, am I right?
There we go.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, thank you so much, Michael.
Oh, thank you.
Informative and scarring as always.
Yeah, smart. It's me specialties.
Lovely. David Lever asks the next question at Dalek Platypus on Twitter. You get abducted by Allens. That's not what it says. It says aliens. They want two things: to find someone to probe and to be taken to the leader of Earth. Who do you tell them to probe, and who do you tell them is the leader? The fate of the world is in your hands, Vidiots.
They can probe me if they like. I don't mind.
You don't mind?
Yeah.
No, I'm into that. They can,
Okay.
yeah.
I was thinking that because I couldn't, in all good conscience, say, "Oh, that guy over there, stick something up his bum." I wouldn't be able to live with myself after that. So yeah, I'd probably surrender myself for the probing just to save myself any bad feelings.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Oh.
And I'll tell you for why.
Yeah.
Because there are two ways to think about this, right? Obviously, we're not going to suggest a leader of Earth who is a current political leader, because mostly they're shit, and also by their very nature divisive because they're politicians. And equally, when you pick someone to be probed, you could choose, a wanker who you just want to see get probed because fuck Piers Morgan, right?
That's true, actually.
Or you could suggest perhaps the prime example of current human development, like an athlete or someone really good at being human, so they can probe them and go, wow, this is what humans can be,
Instead of them probing me and just finding, oh, he's 50% hummus.
He's mostly hummus.
That's a good point.
So my picks would be for leader of Earth, forgotten his name, so David Attenborough.
Okay. Yeah.
So they can have a frank conversation about how our planet works with a reasonable person who knows a lot about it. And in terms of probing someone, I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo or someone of his ilk.
Really plucked that out, yeah, really.
What conjured up Cristiano? What's he done?
I don't know. I think I saw a gif of him earlier jumping really high, and I thought, there's your guy.
Well, in terms of picking, some sort of twat, just to sort of punish them, not only would I pick, so, you say Piers Morgan, for example, or, some other, what's her name, Katie Hopkins.
Yes.
What you could do is specifically pick someone who's very homophobic, because, and I'm being facetious here, having something up your butt is gay, right? It's immediately is a gay thing.
Right.
Which it isn't necessarily, because women might have things up their butts from men or women. It's not a gay thing necessarily, but someone who's very homophobic would instantly associate having a probe up their bot as a super gay thing. And I think they deserve that as a punishment for being ignorant.
So you think homophobes should be sodomized to make them not homophobes?
Yeah, because they associate... No, not to make them not homophobic necessarily, just to punish them for being homophobic.
Oh, okay.
Because they associate sodomy specifically with homosexuality.
Right.
Or male on male. So that's what they deserve. Some kind of ironic punishment, you know?
Do you think the aliens would understand irony?
The aliens don't need to know. If they just said, take me to your specimen, I would say, sure. How about this?
So we need to find the worst homophobe on Earth.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, that's
teach him a lesson. There you go. I'll teach you.
Okay.
The best thing is, if it turns out that David Attenborough is the most homophobic man in the world,
Oh,
you can
man.
kill two birds with one stone.
That would be really sad.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
He has been awfully quiet on the gay penguin front.
He has.
He hasn't mentioned them once. So yeah, I think it's
Where were you,
definitely-
David?
He refuses to admit that dolphins have gay sex with other dolphins. He doesn't want it out there that it's a natural thing.
Yeah.
Not moral. My mind went to kids' TV presenters as world leaders, at least for aliens to me. And so I thought, you know what, Mr. Tumble,
Oh my goodness, that's
he's
good.
a fun one. I don't know why. Honestly, I don't know much about Mr. Tumble, but I think he's very good at explaining things. And
He can speak sign language.
Yeah, he
Mr.
can.
Tumble.
Yeah.
oh, there you go. I think he needs someone who can not talk down, but explain things in simple terms. Because you don't know what. I mean, presumably, if the aliens have come to our planet, they're pretty advanced. But there's going to be a barrier there, and I think Mr. Tumble's the one to overcome it.
I can just imagine him walking into the alien meeting room, the alien conference room on the UFO, and there's like a slide whistle sound effect, and he goes, whoa, and falls over.
I just googled Mr. Tumble to remind myself of his face, and it's as lovely as I remember.
Yeah.
But apparently some people think it's so lovely that, according to Families UK, the children's TV presenters which mums are most likely to have a crush on, there's a list of 10 here. Mr. Tumble is number 4 on the list.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Who's number one?
Dr. Ranj Singh.
Oh,
I've got no idea who that is, to be fair.
I thought you were going to say Dave.
Oh,
honestly. I
he
thought you were gonna
is...
Get our boy DBP in there.
Oh, okay. No, he's not from my era. He's from 2012, 2015. So he must... Yeah, so I guess mums are watching CBBC and thirsting over presenters right now. I don't recognise any of the other people. It's just Mr. Tumble, which I
They
think...
fancy a bit of rough and tumble, I guess.
Wow. Well, there we go. Peter,
Yes.
do you have a thing?
I've got a thing right here, and actually it's on the topic of children's TV presenters, so it's just as well. There's been a new, or I don't know how new, but The Bungalow Clips has recently started linking to some YouTube videos that I wasn't aware of, and I think they've only just become aware of, where someone's uploaded a whole load of extra new episodes of Dick and Dom that have been salvaged from the archives of people's VHS libraries. So there's even more material now to go and reminisce over. Yeah. So I watched one of those the other day. Thought it was genuinely really good, like I often do. They had some good writers on that team. And then it made me think, I wonder how sort of in-depth and, serious the wider community is about Dick and Dom, in terms of archiving things and how they're getting hold of this stuff. Maybe someone's got like an in at the BBC or whatever. So I did a bit of Googling just to find out about the wider community. And I stumbled across r/Dick and Dom on Reddit.
Ooh.
So don't go typing into it right now. I don't want you to have the moment spoiled for you. But I was like, okay, this is good. I'll go and have a look at it. I didn't expect it to be a big community. It's not. It's only got 11 members. And it's not particularly active. Although the most recent posts were both a month ago. The last 2 posts were a month ago.
All right.
So I had a quick scroll. And it quickly became apparent that it's possible that the people involved in this subreddit are being a bit silly and they're not really the Bungalow Clips style serious fans. Okay. So it begins. The oldest post was posted a year ago, and it's a "Ain't nobody got time for that" meme, with the proper white impact font, a really old style meme.
Nice.
And it says, "Dick and Dom in the bungalow, ain't nobody got time for that." It's incredibly pixelated. So I'm going to send it to you now. It's the lowest quality meme I've maybe ever seen. Here it comes.
Wow.
Oh wow, that is about 7 pixels there.
That is a bad one.
So that was that. I thought, okay, this is where it begins. And I can't remember if I said, but the title of that post was "Kill This Non-Believer." So it didn't bode well. I continued to look through all the posts, and I've got a selection for you right now. Post number 2. How many times day do you watch in da bungalow with your penis out? Yeah.
What? Wait, what?
Really, really badly typed, and that is a common theme on this subreddit. It's a deliberate method of communication. They put random spaces and letters into their sentences on purpose.
Dear.
The replies to that are tree fiddy times a day, I guess. And someone else has put, that's a hard one. Depends on if I have work or not. About 5 to 7 times a day, I guess.
What is this?
Then there's a post entitled "They Like Animals," and the photo enclosed is Dick holding an otter on Dom's head, looking stoned as fuck.
Oh, that otter looks pretty stoned as well, to be fair.
Now, before we go on,
taxidermied.
Before we go on, if you couldn't tell from the previous post I mentioned about having your dick out, this subreddit is very, very not safe for work, and also generally quite offensive as well. Some of the words that are used on this subreddit. So if anyone listening is curious enough to be checking this out, you may find some choice language that is not appropriate. So I'm warning you now. There's another post here. It's just called "He Come." And it is a picture of Diddy Dom with what I'm assuming is just shaving cream on his face.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, that's
it looks
the
like
peak
a
of
cum
comedy.
shot.
I'm all for that. That's good.
Okay, so Diddy, Dick, and Dom, for people unfamiliar, was a sort of Punch and Judy style cutaway gag they did from time to time, where it was just their faces poked through a black curtain and a puppet torso and legs.
Underneath their heads, yeah.
They would speak as if they were on helium with their voices modified. And it was usually just sort of prop slapstick comedy.
Yeah. Clearly one of them involved Dick rubbing sun cream or whipped cream or
Creamy
something
muck.
into Dom's face. And someone's taken that still and is thoroughly enjoying it. There's one comment on that post. It just says, "more" in bold and italics. We move on. They win award, says the post. It's a photo of them holding their BAFTAs, and underneath it says, "They are best. They win award. Dick for Liff." For the reason I included this one is there's 3 comments, mostly just about talking how they've won an award. But the third one says, "Want Dak and Tom Vor," which is very troubling.
What's the bet that this is Dick and or Dom doing this?
Well,
oh my god.
It really goes downhill from here. There's a post entitled, "This isn't Dick and Dom." And the post reads, "Why does this come up when I search for Dick and Dom?" And it's 2 gay men engaging in pornographic acts.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Because it's Dick and Dom, see? You get it?
Of course.
Creamy muck, yeah.
We then move on to a screenshot of a genuine news article. I found the equivalent article, so this is real. Children's TV presenter Richard Mccourt admits taking drugs.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Naughty.
Children's television presenter Richard Mccourt has admitted taking drugs until a doctor ordered him to stop.
Wait, isn't that that's like antibiotics, isn't it?
Well, so I
take
thought
the
it was a
drugs and-
parody. Yeah, I thought it was going to be an Onion article where it's like, oh yeah, he took some antibiotics and then the doctor said, okay, you can stop now. But no, it is like he apparently did take recreational drugs and then his doctor said, you're going to die if you keep taking those. So 'cause he's got a heart condition apparently.
Oh,
So-
wow. So it wasn't like he was K-holing every day and just flying with the birds. He probably just did a little bit of something. He's like, oh, that's not good for you.
I think that's what I read into it. The one thing that the uploader has used though, or has done to this screenshot. So it's a perfectly legit screenshot of a news article. And there's a photo enclosed with the caption, "A witness described the TV star's frank outbursts as appalling." The photo, I imagine, used to be a photo of Dick's head, but it is now a man who has put an air suction cup dildo onto a train rail and is completely bottomless and is sitting on the dildo.
Oh my God!
It's really fuck? It's very graphic. This. What's your beef with Harry Hill? Is a post. I don't understand why there is beef with Harry Hill and Dick and Dom. Why can we not have sausage time in Debunga? And then there's 4 line breaks, and then at the bottom it just says, "low."
Fucking hell.
I've got a question. Are these posts all coming from the same person, or is there like actually a couple of people who are actually like this?
There's a group of several different people. It's mostly the same names coming up, but yeah.
Of course it is, yeah. Wow.
Someone's put, "Hello friends, I recently had my picture taken with Dick and Dome. Please say nice things in comment." It's a photo of a guy standing next to Kanye West, to which the comments underneath say, "That's Richard Hammond," and someone says, "Oh fuck, I forgot." It continues sort of to this quality. Someone, I think a newcomer, did actually do a post saying this sub is an absolute gem, and the usual names who've been posting all the crap underneath have put Bogey, Boggy, and Bogue. So they had their own little game of bogeys in the comments. And really where I decided to stop reading was, because apparently I carried on reading up to this point, but there was a post that said, "Dick found paying respects on the Barry Chuckle grave," and then it's just a photo of a small child peeing against a portaloo.
Oh,
so,
yeah. No, that ruined it. You had to go too far.
Exactly. It really, that's what I'm saying. I thought this was, I couldn't not bring this to Vidiots because it's not only is it just a weird thing, and we talk about weird things here, but it's Dick and Dom related, so I had to bring it. But but definitely anyone who's gonna seek this out, there is a massive content warning, I would say, on the quality of what gets posted on here. But there you go. That's the official / unofficial Dick and Dom subreddit.
Wow.
r/Dick and Dom.
Astonishing. I hope somebody posts this episode in there.
Yeah, they should do. Yeah.
Oh,
We'll see what happens.
Because it's like a very small but kind of committed group of shit posters, which kind of makes sense if you spent your childhood watching Dick and Dom that this would happen.
Yeah, it's like it is shit posting, but it's like the shittest shit posting. Like it's just
it's like on another level.
Yeah, it gets dark at times. It blew me away in the worst possible way when I discovered this. It's not what I expected. When I realised that r/Dick and Dom existed, I thought, fabulous, this will be interesting.
You got slapped with he come.
Yeah, he come.
It was interesting though, to be fair.
Yeah, that was an adventure.
Wow.
Really light-hearted episode this week.
Yeah, it really is. Don't worry, my thing's not sad. It's okay.
Okay, good.
We'll be all right.
Good.
Thank you, Peter. That was informative, and I do
welcome.
hope we get some more news from that subreddit soon.
Yeah.
Big Nick asks the next question at NickRLC on Twitter. What is the largest animal you, as individuals, could single-handedly cling film to a lamppost?
Single-handedly, the largest.
I guess it's not just size here, because some big animals can be quite docile, but some small ones can be quite intense. It's the balance.
See, that's what I think, right? Surely if you can just get a giraffe to stand there and you can get a ladder, you can probably cling film that sucker with ease, right? As long as it stays still.
Well, I think that's the thing there. I don't think a giraffe. I think you'd struggle to cling film a giraffe to a lamppost. I think sort of from a logistical aspect, if it was standing still or if you could sedate it, then yeah, you wouldn't struggle, but or not too much. But if you get kicked by a giraffe, it can kill you. You know.
I think I could cling film a horse.
Oh, I'm going in a very similar vein and saying cow. Mm-hmm. Which is bigger, horse or cow? I don't know.
I don't know. Depends if they're far away, right?
Yeah. Oh, goodness me. I reckon I could cling film a very large whale with ease to a lamppost.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
If someone just dumped it there for me to cling film it, what's it going to do?
No, that's not how it works, Peter. You have to take the lamppost to its territory.
Right.
You got to swim down there with a lamppost. I mean, that could probably be pretty easy, but you know, if it's moving, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If it's sleeping though, easy peasy.
Yeah,
Easy.
just wrap up, wakes up with a nice surprise.
Although you might have issues, right? Because you're probably not going to get the same level of cling underwater. So you're going to have to balance the lamppost on its back and then pull off a huge reel of cling film and just dangle it over the edge, fling it over the top so it, gravity drags it down, and then meet it in the middle and do that first initial. I think the first wrap, that first revolution is going to be a challenge,
Once you get that friction and it touches, then you're set. You just have to keep on going.
I'm not sure that cling film works underwater. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it's not possible, actually.
Shit. Well, there's
I'm
a
really
Mythbusters
curious.
for you.
Yeah, I think you're right there. I think it's got to be some sort of large farm animal that's going to be relatively docile when, confronted by a human. But, yeah.
That's extra mean as well, cling filming a whale, because they need water. I mean, it's mean to cling film any animal, let's get that right. But
Yeah.
Especially
A whale.
whales. What if you were to cling film the water to the whale, though?
Oh.
You didn't think
But
of that,
that's not what was asked.
That's true.
No.
Yeah, you can't stray from the objective here.
We've got to
I
cling
think
film
you
an
got
animal.
it. I think it's got to be a horse or a cow. That's it, really.
Which is bigger, cow or horse?
Although I can attest to the fact that it's very difficult to move a cow that doesn't want to be moved, and I guess a horse as well.
Right.
True.
I've tried to move a cow before. Move a cow.
There it is.
Wait, what? Sorry?
I've talked before about when the cow destroyed our picnic, haven't I? I certainly tweeted about it.
It does ring bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cow came and trashed the picnic that was about, I don't know, 20 yards down from where we were, and we were watching going, God, why don't they just move it on? If you just, if you're sort of loud and slightly intimidating towards an animal, it'll generally just sort of, pass you by. And then it came and tried to do it to us too, and yeah, it just, there were I think probably more than that. I think there were 8 or 10 of us. One of them works for the police. He's like he's an actual on the beat policeman, and we just, all of the big burly blokes that we were trying to move it, and we just couldn't. Literally, we're pushing this cow just to get it to move away, and it just wouldn't go.
Oh my god. I did Google, I got the results in on which is heavier, cow or horse. Looks like horses are nearly double the weight of a cow.
It's a lot of muscle on a horse.
There's a lot of muscle.
I think horses are quite tall, aren't they, as well?
Yeah, the big boys. They do kick, though. It's a bit scary.
Yeah.
But this is a very weird website. It's purelyfacts.com. I scrolled down, and there's a page called "Is a horse heavy than a ferret?"
What's the answer?
I can say with absolute certainty that horse is heavier.
Oh,
Okay, good to know.
fake news.
I think what we can guarantee that we could do is cling film a Great Dane or whatever the biggest dog in the world is to a lamppost, because I think if you, as long as you've got a friendly enough dog, it would just let you do it.
Oh, that poor dog! It trusts you, and
Yeah.
you go and betray it.
I think we need to cling film it a couple of feet off the ground as well.
Oh no.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Do you think if you wrapped enough cling film around me, you could hit me with Ben's car and I would be okay?
I think we're going to have to test it.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out.
Peter struggles to breathe.
Peter fucking asphyxiates. It's a limited series. Okay, I've got my thing here.
Ooh.
So I was browsing the internet and I found this news article, and it got me thinking. So I'm going to read you the headline and then a bit of the article. Here we go. This is from the New York Times. There are 2 ways out of a frog. This beetle chose the back door. So immediately I was like, well, this is premium Podiots stuff right here. It's a familiar story. Predator hunts prey, predator catches prey, predator gulps down prey. Usually, that's it. But the water scavenger beetle says, not today. After getting swallowed by a frog, this plucky little insect can scuttle down the amphibian's gut and force it to poop, emerging slightly soiled but very much alive.
Slightly soiled.
The bug's transit through the digestive tract can last as briefly as 6 minutes, a measly fraction of the 2 or more days it typically takes for a frog to fully digest and defecate its dinner. After noticing the beetles and frogs frequent the same paddy fields in Japan, Dr. Sugiura, I think, brought together 1 specimen of each in a lab, expecting the insect would be spit out. Instead, it rocketed out the other end of the digestive tract, a fecal feat that Dr. Sugiura managed to capture on film.
What?
Eager to test the behaviour's limits, Dr. Sugiura repeated his experiments with 5 specimens of insect-munching frogs in the lab. A whopping 90% of the beetles they swallowed made it out the other end alive, all within 6 hours of being gulped down. So,
Wow.
This got me thinking, surely there are other creatures on God's big, beautiful marble that can make it through to the glorious goal of exiting through a bottom or otherwise, right? Still alive.
Yep.
Okay.
So I found an article on ranker.com, and here are just a few of the animals that can survive being pooped out of a bottom.
Right. That exists, does it?
This is a real
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, absolutely. So let's start with a newt. Everybody loves a newt. Back me up. Everyone loves a newt, yeah?
Yeah, I love newts.
Thank you.
Big fan of newts, especially when they come out of bums.
Yeah, there we go. Michael,
Sorry, what was that?
you a newt fan? You a big newt fan?
Oh, yeah. I'm the newtiest boy there is. Newt motherfucker.
That's it. Thank you. The rough-skinned newt looks like easy prey, but any animal who eats it is in for an unfortunate surprise. Frogs often swallow them for dinner, and once inside, the newt quickly blows that popsicle stand. Their skins contain a toxin which they secrete when a predator consumes them. In the case of many frogs, they lack any resistance to this toxin, and it kills them from the inside out.
Nice. Cute.
What
And
about...
the newt has to crawl out of the frog.
Yeah, they do have to crawl out the frog, yeah. Next, we've got a snake. Considering the fact it's already blind, the Brahmini, I think, blind snake lives... Oh my god, seagulls, shut up!
I wasn't sure if that was me.
It's so
but
fucking loud, and it's nearly 9 p.m.
Go to bed.
It's ridiculous. The Brahmini blind snake lives a pretty difficult existence. Its lack of eyes makes it easy pickings for predators, including birds and toads. Luckily, getting eaten isn't always a problem for these little hardy beasts. Researchers discovered this snake can be eaten by specific frogs and manage to survive the process. They have the ability to do this because, specifically for the frogs, the snake is often mistaken for a worm, their more common prey. The frog stomach cannot digest a scaled vertebrate, so the snake is able to get out, likely traumatized, but otherwise unscathed.
God, imagine going through a digestive tract and coming out alive.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely porn of that, I'm sure, but...
There is.
Christ.
It happened in Ace Ventura, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, that was a robot.
Oh, was
Rhino.
it? No,
Yeah.
rubbish.
Do you think it's scarier to go through a digestive tract blind or not blind?
Oh,
Because if
God.
you're blind, it just feels a bit warm and nice, I guess.
But,
Warm
mean,
and
Bernie.
nice, yeah.
I'm guessing you probably know what's happening, though.
Yeah, I
Still,
guess.
I'd rather, if I knew that I was inside a digestive tract, I'd probably at least prefer to be able to see in case that could help me in any way survive. But
The frog does a fart. Oh, there's the opening at the end of the tunnel. Go for that.
Just like Moby
although I guess it's
Moby
too
Richard.
dark to see inside a digestive tract. I bet
Yeah,
you can't
that's
see
the
anything.
thing. It's always portrayed in media as like being bright in there. You know, there's a dim light, but it would be pitch black, wouldn't it?
Presumably, yeah.
Wouldn't be able to see
You
anything.
know that for sure. Have you ever been inside a digestive tract?
No, but there's still time, Michael. I'm young.
Oh, boy.
We could do this. Next up is a snail. Some aquatic snails made the godly decision to never die, even when consumed by birds. Scientists tested these snails' resilience by selecting 4 species and feeding them to mallard ducks. The Hydrobia ulvae, potentially, passed right through the digestive tract, a 5-hour journey, and came through the other side intact and alive. This might be possible not just because the snail itself is hardy, but also because birds push food through their body quickly in order to get energy as fast as possible. This lower digestive efficiency means snails can hitch a ride and be transported all over by these birds, safely waiting in their gut. Once out of the duck, they still grow as fully functional animals.
Once out, I didn't expect today in today's podcast for the phrase "once out of the duck" to be used.
I've never heard them being described as hardy before. Surely they're actually quite softy.
What,
if anything, they're quite
the snails?
Snails. I mean, underneath the shell, they're quite like just little.
I think
little
these are
slimy
small.
bags.
These are small ones. These are small aquatic snails, so they're not very big, which is why ducks eat them. Silly ducks.
Do you know if it's shell and all? Is like the shell still?
I assume so. If they continue to grow as fully functional animals, I also assume that they hide inside the shell. They're not just sort of slugging around in there, right?
Yeah.
Leaving trails
Looking
all
for
over the
cabbage.
place. Exactly. Yeah. The final one I've got is a shrimp. Wow, a specific kind of shrimp. You may know of the seed shrimp by another name, the ostracod, which is a cool name, but I absolutely don't know that name. These itty-bitty crustaceans measure in at about 1 millimetre long, but they're able to survive even the harshest conditions and circumstances. Case in point is what happens if a predator consumes a seed shrimp. Seed shrimp make common prey for the white suckerfish. However, once eaten, the shrimp can pass through the fish without dying. Even more impressive is the fact females who came out the other side unharmed remained in good enough shape to reproduce as if nothing ever happened. This means that the seed shrimp can utilize the guts of fish as a means of transportation to new regions.
I think you mean the ostracod.
Sorry, the ostracod. Yeah. A fish is just a fish and a duck for, what is it, which snail was it? The Hydrobia ulvae and the ostracod. It's just public transport, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, rather than the ostracod using these as vehicles to the destinations, that they use them as bedrooms.
Oh, see, that's also a good option.
It's a safe place to have a baby.
It's just a place to sleep for 6 hours and then plop. Oh, look at me. I'm off the coast of India. This is great.
Yeah, it's like the overnight express to Scotland.
Yeah, it is.
It's a sleeper train for shrimp.
Oh,
do you guys remember that picture that was going around, I don't know, around maybe 2010 or something on the internet of a really big python that had eaten a sort of adolescent crocodile, and then it had kind of exploded, and there's I'm gonna have to find that now.
Okay. Anyway, that's my thing. So there we go.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm actually the main thing I got out of that was the tiny shrimp boys, ostracods. They're adorable.
Yeah. Are you looking at them now?
I say adorable. They are giving me dust mite vibes a bit,
right?
But they're kind of more blobby and fun, so they get a pass.
They're allowed, and that's okay.
They can be a bit gross.
You found it, Peter.
Snake eats crocodile and explodes. Here it is. This horrific picture.
Okay.
I mean, it's not horrific in the sense of there's not loads of blood and stuff. It's just the back end of a crocodile sticking out of an open snake.
Okay. I imagine we won't be tweeting this one, right?
Probably not. But it's here you go.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Wow. Oh god!
That snake bit off a bit more than it could chew, eh?
Yeah,
Bloody
it's pretty
hell.
wild. So anyone who wants to see that, we're not going to put it on our Twitter thing, but you don't just search for snake eats crocodile, because there's lots of pictures of snakes successfully eating crocodiles, apparently. You have to type in snake eats crocodile and explodes, and you will
Those
find
are the
it.
keywords. You need those keywords in there. But yes, there are a number of animals that can make it through the digestive tract of animals, and then be plopped out successfully.
Oh,
me.
cute.
Now we know.
Just a taxi service at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Poober.
There it is, Poober. We did it.
Hey.
Final question this week comes from Kieran Marshall at Sure1Kern229 on Twitter. If you could choose, what substance would you bleed instead of blood?
Sorry?
If you could
Ostracod
choose,
shrimp.
what substance would you bleed instead of blood?
Sorry, Peter, did you say ostracods?
Yeah.
Can you? Is ostracod a substance?
I mean, it's kind of so pathetic it's barely an animal.
Whoa, come on.
Well, the animal police.
They shouldn't
here.
have to fucking put up with that. Right now,
Pathetic
animal
little
fight.
ostracod.
Newt versus ostracod. Who wins?
Ostracod
Ostracod fucking
loses.
wins it all. It's the best one to be pooped out alive.
The Newt kills the guy who ate him. I mean, that's pretty
true,
metal,
actually.
really.
That's true. But will an ostracod... How many of these animals can we fit inside of each other alive at the same time?
It's like the old woman who swallowed a fly,
Yeah.
isn't it? We could definitely do a thing.
I think we
Yeah.
can... The newt's the biggest one, then it's the sneck, then it's the snail, and then it is the ostracod. So
How small's this snack?
the sneck can be confused for a worm, so it's not that big.
Oh, okay,
it would
yeah.
struggle to eat the snail, honestly. But the snail could definitely not eat the sneck.
No.
I'm trying to think functionally because blood's not it's not a fun thing. It's not like, oh, a bit of blood, that's nice. It's very much supposed to be inside of you and it serves a purpose. How could I enhance myself? It's not like-
WD-40.
Oh, everything just
No more
fucking
achy
hot.
joints.
oh my yeah, my heart would just be like slipping and sliding all over the place, beating so efficient.
Yeah.
Gravy would be a fun one.
Gravy would be... I mean, you are northern, so...
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I'm 50% hummus, 50% gravy. But the thing is, like, I don't get to enjoy the gravy, really. It's inside of me. And if it comes out, that's not a good
true.
thing. That's a bad
Probably
thing.
be put off, right? What if there's
Yeah.
some sort of... you know how creosote protects your fences and wooden structures?
Yeah.
What if you had creosote in you? Do you think it would slow aging or make yourself age really fast in that you would die almost immediately?
It has to, surely.
Yeah, I think it might kill you, but I think we sort of have to do away with that aspect of it for this question, because if you had anything other than blood in your veins, it
Yeah.
would probably kill you. I think, again, there's a chance to make money here. You know, what's some very expensive liquids? Printer ink, maybe?
Oh,
Yeah. Some very expensive olive oil.
I did forget the fact that you don't have, a limited supply of blood. It does keep, you get more blood over time. Like you lose blood and you get more. So, like it's not
You could milk yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You
You could
could.
go to the needle station. That's what they called, and get milk.
I'm assuming it would
Yeah,
still
the
be
needle
uncomfortable to have done. But vanilla
and people give
extract
blood
is
quite
quite
often.
expensive, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm just looking up the most expensive liquids in the world. Number 1, this definitely would be bad to have in your veins. Scorpion venom
Oh, you would be so cool.
is apparently worth $39 million per gallon.
Wow.
What?
Yeah.
That makes
Jesus.
sense.
As is King Cobra venom, because I guess, they're both for making anti-venom, so they're super expensive. Because you only need like a couple of drops to make anti-venom, so...
Yeah. That's cool, though. That would be cool to have. You'd be really cool.
Actually, no. There's no reason to this. I want to say porridge.
You want to be full of porridge.
Yeah, I want to be like thick and goopy inside.
Okay, so Mikey's going to be just a big sack of porridge.
I want to sit and watch Mr. Bean in the cinema with my goopy, sloppy insides. Just...
The worst thing is, you'd need some quite large, like gashes to properly bleed.
Yeah.
And if there was a cut in you that was not so small that the porridge can't escape, but not quite big enough that the porridge flows out, it would sort of, if you moved that joint, or if you put any pressure, it would sort of blob out in a horrible lumpy way.
See, I'm not picturing that. I'm picturing, because it's so blobby, if it was a small cut, you'd presumably need extremely high porridge pressure, and it would
Right.
just spray out. Like at a velocity
like, Wallace's
unseen.
breakfast machine.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, God.
How much porridge would you have to lose before you die, do you think?
I'm gonna give
Not
myself
sure.
2 balls.
2 bowls of porridge.
That's not much.
He's lost 2 bowls of porridge.
Oh my God.
What would a porridge IV look like? Does it have to be warm?
I mean, it inherently would be body temperature, wouldn't it? So,
Oh, I suppose.
Yes, that's edible, isn't it? Yeah.
Do you think in a pinch, if you were very low on porridge and you were starting to pass out, that they could give you an infusion of granola instead, or is that not a close enough match?
It's too knobbly.
Oh, man.
I cut up my insides used to the soft, slimy porridge.
God.
The number 10 most valuable liquid in the world is, surprisingly, human blood. So there you go.
Hey.
Oh, well.
There it is.
There we go.
Fantastic.
That's the answer there.
I think I'd go with WD-40, I think.
Yeah.
I like the benefits that I've invented.
What? Yeah. The benefit.
Speed.
Oh, I've just thought of one though. If you had like a non-Newtonian fluid flowing through your veins, would that make you really like? If someone punched you really hard, would it like resist it super well?
Maybe.
You know, there's like cornflower paddling pools.
I mean,
you'd still
have muscle and bone, presumably, right?
Well,
When you punch a person, it's not the blood that gives, I don't think.
No, but I'm saying if you had special blood, maybe the blood would give you protection.
Shit, yeah. Like a crustacean.
Yeah.
I feel like falling over with non-Newtonian fluids inside you isn't a fun experience. It's just a brick wall hitting another brick wall.
You just go rigid the moment you hit the floor.
Bam.
Shit. My veins would be all black. Mikey's would be all beige and lumpy.
Mine would be multicoloured.
Yeah.
Oh.
Wowee. Well, there we go. We put the world to rights there, I think. Thank you so much, everybody, for listening to the show. Very much appreciated. Hey, why don't you go tell your friends? That would be really good. Spread the news if they can, get over the hurdle of understanding what the fuck we're talking about.
Just give it a year. Just keep pushing through for a year. It's like TV shows.
I think I'm starting to understand it now.
Do a year.
Absolutely. Well, store.yorkscast.com if you'd like to buy some Vidiots/Podiots merch. There's all sorts over there, right, Mikey?
Oh boy, you best believe. You've got everyone's favourite Vidiots merch. You've got our lovely... Can't really call them new anymore. So they're just designs. We've got designs on there that you can wear on your body and drink liquids out of.
Yeah.
Could be porridge, could be non-Newtonian fluids. That's for you to decide. And the best bit is, if you get all the way to that checkout, you can reward yourself with a cheeky 10% off everything on the Yogscast store. Not just our stuff. You can get 10% off everything by using the handy-dandy, easy-to-remember code Vidiots.
Beautiful.
That's Vidiots at checkout for 10% off everything.
YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all.com/Vidiots official. Twitch.tv/Vidiots official as well if you'd like to see some streams that we do from time to time. Hey, if you want to join Pod Squad and support us financially, which we're just hugely grateful of, it means an awful lot to us, then you can do so by going to streamlabs.com/Podiots donations and donating £3 or more to get a shout out. You'll join Pod Squad and you'll be assigned a Pod Squadlet that will be read aloud by the three of us. And this week's Pod Squadlet up first is the one read by Michael once I finish the confusing cadence that I have started this sentence in, and it's going to end now.
Thanks, Ben. Over to me. We got Thingamajiggly, Willem de... Oh, Jesus, I fucked it up again. Willem de Fiddles Whiddle Diddle. Thank you. Help... sorry, once more. Help! The spokes are in my eyes! Just Monica. Fully baked cream pie. Tommy the Wank Engine. Chav Ramirez. It is I, J. Demure. Lean, mean, green teen Sean Bean. Carry the worst. Darius Canning with a child and a very generous donation. Thank you.
He gave us a
future child, nonetheless. Happy birthday, Alec. Like a glovity glib glop gibbon. Like a clit sucker, Katiekin Solo, Kevin from Con, known racist Mel Gibbon, the friendliest racist you'll ever meet because he's very generous, and Alan Claw.
Also, Lord Brotovich, the very generous, I guess I'm Demons, the Cunt Basher 3000, I hate Freddie Weber's face, Stephen Scodes, I sent my key triglycerides, Flobber Dobber Whammer Deluxe Man, who is very generous, thank you. Emily Lemons, bring back memory cards. Prince Beefcakes, the very generous Uncle Chucklefucker. Post-traumatic stress diarrhea. That's very hard to read, that one. Vidiots official cuntsucker, and the very generous maimed main man.
Mikey domed by a bedbug, Simon Miller, give us a subscream, obscure anecdotobix, knee-deep in satisfiers, Fingers MC, Carl Lancer, thank you very much for the generous donation, and the insanely generous donation from Samuel Soon Emigrating Barber, thank you so much. I drink to spaghetti, I can't think of a funny name, Berto, Queefches Lorraine, and Waluigi on a crucifix. Thank you so much, everybody. That is your Pod Squad for this week. Once more, streamlabs.com/Podiots. Donations £3 or more to get a shout out. Thank you, everybody. Mikey, where can people find you?
Best place to find me is at Parrot Boy on the tweeters, where you can see some ferrets, and there's a lovely picture of a name plaque I found at a car dealership with my name on it, and apparently I'm a used car sales advisor. Oh, isn't that nice? Oh, I will resume streaming at some point. It's been a stressful few months, but things are finally ticking down, and I'm kind of getting my shit together and my room all set up for it. So I promise I'll do it soon.
And Peter, where can people find us?
We're at Team Triple Jump everywhere that's worth being at. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook and Twitter, all Team Triple Jump, where we're doing some Vidiot-style content still. We're doing Rules Boss, which is piece of cake, basically. We're doing Worst Games Ever. We're doing Prove It. We're doing cooking, and all kinds of other things. It's a video game-based platform.
Fantastic. Finally, leave us an iTunes review or a review/rating on your platform of choice. Should help something to do with Al Gore's rhythms. Does anybody have a final question to go home with?
What's the estimated arrival time of our Poober?
Thank you so much for listening, everybody. We will be back in 2 weeks' time. Look after yourselves. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.